Welcome everybody, and it's day four. Day four is going to be pretty epic, right? Because you guys have had, well, you've really had really only uh, a couple of days to meet your people and to get your tracks together. So really interested to see. I've heard some of your work already, and from what I've heard, has been some really fantastic and talented people there. So this is going to be really exciting. And some groups want to do in two and three songs already. So we've got some really exciting talent going on here. But I'm just gonna go ahead. We're 1 minute past the hour, and we're gonna just dive straight into introducing Claire. And first of all, I want to thank Claire for taking the time. She's going to be with us today. She's going to be with us tomorrow, and then she'll be with us on Monday. So that's 3 days with Claire, right? So you guys are having a treat. Um, so Claire, I mean, Claire has been around the industry for a while. She's really worked closely with a lot of producers in the LA scene and the London scene. Um, well, I mean, I don't want to start mentioning names here and everything else, but I mean, she's worked with a lot of, Rob Knox and Serm Style and a lot of people who've worked with Justin Timberlake and Beyonce and Rihanna and all those kind of people. Um, so, I mean, what you can do is we're gonna ask some questions and open up sort of like just an open forum um, to start off, and then we're going to, after maybe about 20-25 minutes, we'll we'll dive into your songs, and we'll get some feedback, and we'll have a chat, and we'll see what Claire has to give and see for today. But I think everybody, welcome. Thanks for coming along. People are still coming in. Uh, yeah, let's see now here. All right. I think that's good. I think what we'll do is we'll kick off. Claire, you just want to give us a bit of a background about yourself in general and how you came to be an artist.
Yeah, sure. Firstly, hi everyone. Thanks so much for being here and thank you for having me. It's so nice to see so many faces and so many people keen to like develop their songwriting and learn more and connect with other people. It's amazing to see. So yeah, I've been doing kind of working in music for as long as I can remember. I always thought I was gonna do music with my life. Probably like lots of you, I was singing from a young age, singing in school and in choirs and stuff. I went on to study music throughout kind of school, and then that's the path that I chose when I went on to study. Not to say that that is the way that you have to go, because I have lots of peers and colleagues who did not follow that route, but that's just kind of the way that I went. Um, and yeah, I, from like teenage age, was working on making my own music. But I actually worked with a team of people who discouraged me at the time from writing my own songs. And I was kind of told to just show up and sing. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's how this works. And it was only as I got a little bit older, into my later teens, that I realized that no, I really did have this expression in me that I wanted to try. So I branched off and I went my own way and I started writing with other producers. And initially, I was just writing songs for myself and just for fun. And I just wanted to really see and experiment with songwriting and see if I could do it really. And I just completely fell in love with songwriting, which I knew I would, because it was one of those things that was like, it was in me all the time. It was just waiting to come out. And as I was writing songs for myself, I started getting invited to write songs for other people, because I would be in a studio with a producer. I would just be throwing ideas around. And I remember the first time a producer said to me, "Did you just write that?" And I was like, "Yeah." is it any good? Which I'm sure lots of you have experienced. Oh, just quickly, do you mind just popping yourselves onto mute? I think that's what's causing people feedback.
Everybody just pop yourself on mute. Thanks.
Fantastic. And then yeah, none of us will get stuck in the weird feedback loop. Yeah, so I got asked like, hey, did you just write that then? And I was like, yeah, is it any good? Which I'm sure lots of you can relate to when you're making your own stuff. You don't know if it's good or not. It's all subjective. And I was like, yeah, I did. And then yeah, I got invited to come and write for other people, which at the time I didn't even know was a door that could be open to me. But I just fell so in love with writing songs that like any opportunity that came my way, I've always said yes to. So yeah, I started writing songs for other people. And then for a good few years, that's all I did. I stopped making my own music because I really felt like writing songs for other people was the thing I wanted to do. And then just in the last year or so, I've decided, actually, I do kind of want to do both. I do want to put my own music and my own stuff out into the world. So that's what I'm doing now. So I make my own music and release that music. And I also write for lots of upcoming new artists that are in development. So often when an artist is newly signed to a label and they're developing their sound, they'll come and work with songwriters like myself, with really established producers like a lot of my peers, and we'll write for them. And I also write songs for major labels called library music, which is where music is licensed for TV shows and adverts and ad campaigns. I work with different brands writing songs for them. So yeah, it's a pretty varied life as a songwriter, I guess. But that's kind of a brief A to Z of me and what I've been up to.
Daniel says you have his dream job.
It is the dream. Like it is the dream, and I have to remind myself of that because often I feel like I haven't reached all of my goals and all of the things that I want to do. So I'm like, oh, it's not the dream yet, and you get a bit caught up wanting to do the next thing. But you're absolutely right. This is a dream job, and I'm super lucky that this is what I get to do all day, every day. So, yeah.
We can go ahead with some questions here.
Yeah. Do you want to kind of feed them from the chat to me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can feed them from the chat. So I have a question here from Jessica Martinez. I'm curious, how do you pitch yourself to work where you work now?
It was a really, really long, gradual process. And at the very start of my career, I literally was just contacting people on Twitter and SoundCloud and just reaching out and being like, hey, this is like a little YouTube clip of me singing a song. Would you want to work with me? And just doing that relentlessly. And a couple of people, and I mean, like, I must have messaged so many people, and a couple were like, yeah, okay then. And they gave me a shot. And those first people that I worked with, they liked what I did and they introduced me to someone else. And then those people I worked with introduced me to someone else. And that's how I've built my whole career. And in terms of like writing for library music and ad campaigns and sync and stuff, lots of people knew me just as a singer. And I would get asked, oh, I heard you sing. Can you just put a vocal down on this? And I was like, yeah, I can. But if you want me to do it in the future, I want to write the song as well. And they were like, okay, let's see how we get on. So I had to kind of push to be recognized in that area. So yeah, it was a really long, slow process of like slowly starting with the immediate circle around me and just expanding that. And basically anyone that would write a song with me, I was like, great, let's go. And then building from there.
Cool. Thank you. Jennifer's asking, do you have a specific format or process you use when you sit down to write a song?
it kind of depends. The way that I always talk about songwriting is that in terms of the melody and lyrics, there's a sort of formula and structure that I like to build from, because it always works. And that formula is to, I mean, we can kind of maybe talk about this in a bit more detail down the line, but have a verse that tells your story but catches your listener straight away. Have a pre-chorus that builds, and have a chorus that is so catchy you are singing it all day. So those are like the objectives I'm aiming for when I'm starting a song. But in terms of the process of actually like what comes first, sometimes the lyric comes first, sometimes the melody comes first, sometimes like a concept comes first, so like a feeling or an emotion or an experience, and then you're like, okay, I want to write a song about that. But you have to work out how you're going to turn that into a song. So yeah, it really depends. I wouldn't say that there's like a set, this is the process for how to write a song, for me anyway, because it is such a creative thing. So you have to still be kind of free with it. Someone said they missed what I said. Stephen, which part did you miss what I said? And I'll recap it for you.
You said that the lyrics can come first or the music can come first, but right before that you said something else, like a sentence or two.
Oh, maybe it was about kind of the kind of structure of a song that I like to hit, which is for my verse, if I'm going to start with the verse or whatever I start the song with, I want it to grab the listener straight away. But the objective of my verse is to tell the story of a song. The pre-chorus is where I want to build the energy and intention of the song. And the chorus is where I want to grab the listener and have them singing that chorus like all day, every day. So I kind of keep those things in mind. So, yeah.
Thank you. That's a lot to process all at once.
We can, that's like a whole, that's a whole thing. So we can talk about that in more detail when we kind of break down song structure. Yeah, that's
Claire.
I teach a whole course on Claire, what I just tried to sum up in a sentence.
Claire does a course on that, so you can sell that at the end there, Claire.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that.
There's a question here about the work you've done with the producers for Beyonce and Rihanna. Can you expand on that a little bit, so that because obviously that's quite exciting stuff for people to learn about.
Yeah, that's super cool. So, basically, in the time that I have been working and writing with other producers, the kind of, as my work has improved and I've become more known as a songwriter, the caliber of the people that I've had the opportunity to work with has increased too. So where I used to work with, mates that I went to college with, which there is, nothing wrong with, they're amazingly talented too. But the sort of caliber of people that I get to work with has increased as my ability has increased. So some of the people that I work with now are people that have produced for, Beyonce, Rihanna, Justin Timberlake, endless people. And I always, this is kind of important to talk about, I always feel a bit weird about dropping those names because, to clarify, I haven't written a song for Beyonce, that she has released anyway, and those big artists. But so much of our focus is that people just want to hear the names and the things that you've done. So it kind of is important to me to share that those are the people that I work with in terms of those producers, because I think it speaks to the level that I've worked really hard to get to work with those people, which I'm proud of. And it helps remind me that, even if Beyonce hasn't taken one of my songs yet, that, that's the people that I work with, and I'm on the right path.
I think it's with what I was mentioning earlier about the whole week is about collaboration and
Mm.
you know meeting people and networking and getting to the point where your network is just as important as the actual song and you know
Yeah.
so and producers and engineers now are so much part of you know the publishing of songs, and that's
Oh,
why
completely. Yeah.
you will see for example, like, you know, most of the top tens now, 95% of them are written by 10 people or something. And that includes producers and engineers and, you know, somebody who's written the lyric. So yeah, it's much, much better now
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. And I think for me as well, having like studied music and studied my craft and wanting to grow as a songwriter continuously, as much as I was looking at and thinking about the artists that I wanted to write songs for, I also was thinking about the people that I wanted to work with as producers and other writers. So two have now had those opportunities. And now those people that I used to say, oh, I really hope I get to work with them one day, those are now my peers and friends, and we create music together all the time. That to me is something that I really celebrate and I'm really proud of. So yeah, that's who they are, those people with their Grammy awards.
Great, great. Thank you. John is asking, which recording studios did you write and record your songs at? I suppose,
um,
yeah.
it completely varies. I work in tons of different studios. The studio, like the location that you work in, is really not very important. Um, I make demos all the time and have recorded like huge ad campaigns and stuff from right where I'm sat here, just recording myself. Um, Equally, I've written amazing songs and recorded great vocals in my friends' bedrooms. And I've also been in the flashiest, biggest studios in LA where like someone is there just to bring you drinks and snacks and make sure that you're okay. And it's really not about the studio. Those big studios are nice and it's really fun to record there. Um, but those are not they're not the important things. It's so much more important the people that you're in the room with and the song that you're actually writing.
Of that, I love that. That leads me very, very nicely into the next question is, who is the one artist you would love to work with?
um, I am the biggest Madonna fan in the world. So there will be no negative Madonna talk anywhere around me. And I would
Wait,
love
do, do you love Madonna?
Madonna, yep. To the point where
I love Madonna. I watch her songs and in the concert that she did in Detroit.
yes, she is iconic. I have her tattooed on my arm. That's how much I love her. So she is my ultimate. And even if the rest of the world were to be like, no one cares about this song, no one cares about Madonna anymore, I would be like, no, I care. This is my life. So Madonna is my ultimate all time. Other artists, I would love to write for Ariana Grande because I love pop music, but my heart and where I really got introduced to making my own music is in R&B, and she kind of sits on that line of pop and R&B. So love to write for Ariana, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, you know, all those all those small people. But yeah, mostly it's mostly females that I aspire to work with, and I think that's just because I am someone that really loves to like be able to get into the mind and really relate to the artist that I'm working with. But I think it's also because the way that I write music is I write music as I hear it and as I sing it. So it's easier for me to picture female vocalists because I kind of hear myself record a song and I'm like, I can imagine this person singing it. So yeah.
Awesome.
All right, there's a question here from Lindsay.
Mhm.
Do you write other things other than song lyrics?
In terms,
Yeah,
like
Lindsay,
other
do you want to,
mediums, I guess. Do you mean?
yeah, Lindsay, do you want to expand on that? Lindsay, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hello. Yes, so I just wanted to know if you write other things like poetry and things like that. Does what come first, like the chicken or the egg, really? What come first, like poetry and book writing, or did like lyrics come first? Like, I just wanted to know.
Yeah, that's such a good question because, like I kind of said at the beginning, when I was kind of singing, but other people were writing songs for me, but I knew I had it in me. And part of how I kind of, I'm like, I should have known that I was going to write songs because I'd always sung and I loved singing. And then the other thing that I loved to do was write. And I absolutely loved creative writing like all throughout my life. And anytime we were given a task to write something in school, I was like, yes.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same.
Yeah, so
I've written novels, I've written poetry, I write lyrics. So yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, and it all ties in together. And I mean, to me, lyrics are essentially they're poetry, right? So a song is poetry to music. So yeah, and I also, I really want to explore other parts of writing. I've been working since the beginning of lockdown on writing a musical, and writing all the script and the screenplay and everything. So I think that would be like a long old project, but completely. I love all forms of writing. So
hook me up with that. I'd love to be a part of it.
Yeah, amazing. But I was going to say, yeah, Lindsay, keep up all of your writing because it all feeds into like this creativity. So the more that you're just creating and writing, then your songs will get better, and then your poetry gets better, and then your stories get better, and yeah, it all kind of flows into each other.
I would like to work with you. That's all right. Sorry.
No,
There's
no
a
problem.
question. There's a question here from Misia. How do we get into songwriting rooms for targeted artists we'd like to pitch our songs to, like producers with the likes of Beyonce and Mary J. Blige, etc.?
So firstly, the world of like pitching songs, even working with like the biggest, highest up producers, pitching a record is so hard. And it's because most artists really want to be involved in the process of their song. Even if they're not really a songwriter themselves, they want to be in the room sharing that experience. And it's so hard to tap in from the outside into what are they feeling when you're just completely on the outside of it. That's not to say that it's impossible, but yeah, more and more in like recent years, pitching records has become sort of harder and harder. It used to be a little bit more common within just sort of the industry model. You hear stories of like Umbrella for Rihanna was originally written and pitched for Britney, and Britney turned it down, which did happen, and there's loads of instances of that. But that sort of pitching records from the outside is really hard. The way to do it though is knowing the right people. So working with someone that has a connection to that person. So knowing the A&R or knowing the manager or knowing someone on the team, or your producer knowing someone, or your producer worked with them on a project before. However, like every now and then a song just kind of finds its way through. There's been examples of artists just putting their own songs onto like SoundCloud and it being picked up and it being found. So, it does happen that completely out of the blue, when you don't know any of these people, if your song is just the right song, it will come through. That happened for a songwriter called Phoebe Borelli, who no one had sort of heard of before. she just put her own song up onto SoundCloud, and then a major label was like, I hope not too many people have heard that yet because we want it for Rihanna. And that happened for her. So yeah, it is tough pitching songs for other people, but it can be done.
That's a good one. Question here from Utopian. How do you actually know what works? Meaning, like, how do you know what's good sonically? Either it be repetition or whatever.
I mean, firstly, music is subjective, so there's no one gets to say like that is good and that is not good. Even with songs that sell huge numbers, like a song that could be number one this week, you and all your friends could be like, I would never listen to that song. I don't like that song. So music is completely subjective. Having said that, there are a couple of things that make a song really listenable, and I think the main thing of that is the sort of catchiness and the ability for it to work its way into someone's ear. And if someone, after they've listened to your song once, wants to hear it again because they're still singing the chorus and they're like, oh yeah, I want to go back to that, then that's a great song, I think. But yeah, it's subjective, and there's always, whenever I say that and I'm like, it's all about a catchy chorus, there's always an example of like, oh, but Bohemian Rhapsody doesn't even have a chorus. So there's always exceptions to every rule in music. But yeah, I think that's a good place to start.
Well, good thing you said that. I mean, because I think I put in chat order because I just forgot what I said. Because I was saying, I put my own music out, and it's like, I always say, like, I agree with you. Repetition is always key, like something catchy. But like, how do you make sure you can keep that targeted audience? Or because my thing is like, I want to make sure I capture that audience and keep them wanting more musically and sonically. So that's what I want to know, like, how do you do that? How can you just keep them? Yeah. How do you keep that audience? I have a somewhat good audience. I love my audience. I want to keep them wanting more. I hear you. Like, I need it.
Yeah, I hear you. Do you mean how to keep them wanting more music from you, or just like with a specific song, like with each song, like how do you keep them wanting more from that song?
I'll say both. I do both. So I'll say both.
I think in terms of like long term, keeping like growing an audience and keeping them happy, and is just to be authentic to yourself as an artist and just keep doing what feels real and true to you and what feels like good music to you. If you start to make music because you're like, I think this is what they want to hear, then that's never the way to go. I always think authenticity is the way forward. Because also at the end of the day, like, we make music because we love to make music. And I think that's something that we have to remember. And that our aim is to make the best thing that we can make, and make the thing that sums up our emotions the most. And hopefully people connect with that. But we shouldn't, as creatives, aim for the other side. We shouldn't be aiming to please people. I think you just want to aim to connect with people. So I think that's the first thing, to kind of reframe that thinking a little bit. In terms of like an individual song, like when you're writing it, when you're first coming up with your melodies, try and be strict with yourself. Don't just be like, yep, that sounds cool, that will do. Try out some things, step away from it for a second, and think to yourself, am I still singing that thing that I just had? Like, is it still in my head? If I come away from that, does it still stick out to me? Do I want to sing it nonstop? If I don't, it's probably not right yet. I probably haven't written a hook yet. And and kind of come back to that and push yourself to come up with something that is even stronger. It happens for me all the time in my writing sessions. I'm like, yeah, I just wrote a great chorus. And my co-writer is like, yeah, it's not a chorus. And I'm like, oh, damn it. I feel like it is though. And they're like, nah, you can do better than that. So I think pushing yourself, listen to songs that you love and try and analyze them. Like, what is it about this song that I love? What part really makes me feel something? Okay, how can I learn from what that songwriter has done and incorporate that into my own writing?
All right. All right.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate that because I really, I do that. So like, I want to make sure like I'm on the right path.
Yeah, totally. I'm sure you are. No, all good.
Okay, we are just at the 1/2 so I want to kick on and go straight into some songs now, and then we can come back to more questions in the end if we got some time. So let's go. There's a few songs here. Oh, we got 4 so far. Let me check the email to see if there's any more. Okay, the first one is from the group Aphrodite. We even got names here, Claire.
Yeah, I love it.
So let me give you some context here. So basically, this is a collaboration week. When people join on Monday, it was just kind of introductions, and then we put people into rooms based on their genre and based on who they were looking for to work with and what they did, if they were vocalists, instrumentalists, etc. Really, people only really started working with their groups on Tuesday. So what you're going to listen to really now is just basically 2 days worth of work.
Yeah, it's amazing. Fresh.
Okay. Absolutely fresh, raw, but sounding good. So let me just play this one here.
Nice.
Let me just see if I can.
By the way, songwriters and creators of this song, if your camera's on, just give me a wave or just put a little, drop a comment to let me know you're here, just so I can kind of see.
Chris,
do a virtual hand if people want to raise their hand while the song's playing.
Yeah, Chris. La Marie is here.
Yay!
La Marie, Chris. Here we go. Let me just.
Wait, what did he say our name was?
You're Aphrodite, aren't you?
Absolutely not.
What is your what's your name?
Beyond.
Oh, Beyond. Sorry,
I got lost.
Give another name. Beyond.
Okay.
All right.
So hi, I'm Chris.
Hey, Chris.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Official.
Oh my goodness.
What's your song called, Beyond?
It's called Body.
Nice. Love it.
Body.
Can you share your screen?
Can you hear that?
Come and get this party started.
Ian, if you share the screen.
Cause my body is your body. Put your body on my body. Get it freaky, get it naughty. Hey, baby, come and take me.
Yeah, it's
all this love we could be making. Make a movie on the track. Go watch me throw it back. Don't be scared, no holding back. Tell me why you call it greedy when I'm needy. Every time you wanna see me.
I agree with Daniel.
Got my body like a rocket. Got me screaming.
Boy, don't stop it.
You say what's wrong? I say nothing. I'm just greedy. La Marie.
I can feel this drink inside me. Looking more and more enticing, yeah. What we doing, what's up, what's happening? Pull out the whip and get it cracking. Wanna feel this night with passion, no. What I need, I will not mention. Just let me show you this position, yeah. Hey baby, there's no need for talk. Show me you are a boss. You know I want it, I'm a down-ass chick, always ready to ride. Come on, open up this candy, come on, give it a try. You've got my mind blown when I think of you. I can't keep my mind from roaming, so I don't even try. Wait, hold on, you can get it anytime that you want it. Cause I heard you put it down and I want it. If you can keep up with the stallion, homie, then I can promise you you'll never be lonely.
Wanna put my
Go stupid, then get Renati. It's my body on anybody. Don't be saying that you're just playing it. Come on now and just ride the wave. Surfboards up and yeah, that's the way. Waving high, don't get you paid. Back it up and bring it my way. Just go crazy, never gonna stop it. Never gonna drop this. Love it when you drop it. Working for the profit. Coming out my wallet, coming out of pocket. Running like a faucet. I can't help myself and don't get mad at me. I love it when you keep on tagging me. I can't help myself and don't get mad at me. But it's amazing how you keep throwing it back at me. What? Get this party started. Be the beat, I'll be the cotton. Cause my body is your body on my body. Get it freaky, get it naughty. Come and get this party started. Be the beat, I'll be the cotton. Cause my body is your body on my body. Get it freaky, get it naughty. Come on, get this party started. Be the beat, I'll be the cotton. Cause my body is your body on my body. Get freaky, get it naughty. My body is your body. My body is
Yes.
Yeah,
that was good. I gotta clap on that.
That's
Yes, Beyond. We love it.
I just got a question. I have a question on the song. Where did you get that? If you get that, if it goes for that kind of sound like the sample that that Miguel used in the song "Sure Thing."
Yes. So when I write music, I pay homage to artists that have inspired me. So in all my music, you will see a snippet of homage to an artist that has inspired me.
Yeah, fire. Nice,
So,
everyone.
what artist was inspiring you?
I'm sorry?
I said,
inspiring you.
Yeah, that one.
I still didn't get it.
All right, let's get the feedback from Claire, and then we can discuss it after, because I know Claire's has a limited time, so I want to make sure that we got all the value from Claire that we can get. Claire,
Yes.
what do you reckon?
Yeah, team, that was fire. That was sick.
Thank you.
So many amazing elements in that. However, I'm going to challenge you to just switch it up a little bit, because at the minute you've got all the right pieces, but they're, for me, and also just to preface this, guys, anything I say is subjective and is just what I believe and just what I would encourage you to do. Try out what I'm saying. If you're like, she's wrong, we love it how we love it, I respect that. You are creatives in your own right. Okay, but this is what I would do. So at the minute, each section that came in, I was like, fire. I feel like we're leading somewhere. Oh, okay, we didn't go there yet. We've gone to another vibe. We're in another verse. Oh, we're going somewhere now. Okay, we're going to another vibe. Okay. And it was only in the end section of the song when we got to the on my body, on your body. And I was like, yes, because in all of those vibes and all of those different flows and those different energies, I really wanted to come home to something that I felt like was then simple and hooky. And that hook that you've got at the end is really catchy and is so great. So what I would encourage you to do is put it in some earlier places and have it more repeated throughout the song instead of only sort of repeated at the end. And what would be really dope as well is LaMarie, were you singing are you the female vocalist on this one?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay, so I would love to hear then you over the top of that doing your thing, oh my body, go crazy on it. Once the audience has heard, cool, I know how it goes, and they can sing along to it, then you can flex on it and show off and give us that, and we can still sing along. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Can I say something right quick?
Please do. Yeah.
So just in my defense, okay, and I told Ian this as well earlier. Like I have been working on it for 2 days, and what happened was my my mic and stuff and my laptop went out on me, so I couldn't finish. And I was like, well, you know what? I said we just have to give what we have, and I was at least I got the verse out. So
yeah, completely.
The
And
verse was amazing.
It's
That was
amazing. And you know, I'm not judging it at all. You know, you don't need to defend yourself. And I know these are works in progress. So this is just kind of my tips for going forward. Your verse as well, I would maybe split into two. So because it felt like there were two halves to it. So I'd maybe try, you know, put a chorus in the middle and then come back to one of those verses. But yeah, like amazing work. I love the awesome production. Everyone's flows, everyone's lyrics were different but all kind of fitted together. Yeah, really nice. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go team.
Grazie.
Great job, guys.
Fantastic work, guys. Yeah, can I just mention as well that Chris has only been producing for 6 months. So I know. So there you go. Right. Let us go to Wildest Dreams. Can you put your hands up? I got this really, really quick. Okay, it's John. Right, John, here we go. This is yours.
And before we...
Roland. Oh, we got a few here. We got John, Roland, Jessica, Misia, Daniel, Jonathan. You got a decent sized group going on here. Okay. Let's put this. Let's go for Wildest Dreams.
Woo.
Woo woo.
And can you share the screen?
Yeah, let me just see.
Ian, if you do share screen and then press advanced and then do sound only, then we can hear your sound, but you don't need to share the whole screen.
Yeah, I've got share sound. I don't have advanced. Sorry. Here we go.
Okay.
So you know at the bottom where there's the green button, it says share screen.
Yeah.
So click on that one.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm at advanced. Sorry, advanced, and then
computer sound only.
Computer audio.
Yeah, it should say computer sound only.
Oh, what I have here is video, computer audio, portion of screen, slides as virtual background.
Okay, yeah, put computer audio.
Yeah.
And then that should, once you're sharing that. There you go.
All right.
Just, book has been rather mixed, with some sleet, hail, and occasional sunshine. Hopefully tomorrow's weather will be a lot better. Bye.
Fighting for my love for you.
Some other audio coming over.
That's not it, Ian. That's not it, Ian.
It says Wildest Dreams here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's the name of the song.
There's another version.
That's another version, yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, I got the Wildest Dreams, the WAV file, and a Wildest Dreams, the MP3 file. Which one is it?
Daniel?
The one I sent, the one Daniel sent.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't send that one earlier. Sorry.
All right. I got all of these, by the way, about 5 minutes before. So tomorrow I'm going to give you guys a deadline. All right, here we go.
No problem, Ian. You're doing an awesome job.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Let's try this one. This is the MP3 version.
Okay.
like the stars in the nighttime sky. I'm holding on tight to you. I wanna feel your heartbeat with mine. You can be my steering wheel. No limit to the heights that we could climb. Drive through the night straight to me. Knowing destination is sight. Over and under, get closer to discover. Bring new meaning to my life. Wildest, 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 wildest dreams. Nothing but the best for you and me. Wildest, 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 wildest dreams. Nothing but the best for you and me. And the only beauty there is you. It's not too hard for me to decide. Travel anywhere to see your face, to spend more moments of your time. Take my hand and drift away with me. Let's ride this wave until we crash and collide. Nothing's right if I don't have you. Others before were just wasted over and under. Get closer to uncover how empty I am without you at my side. Hey, hey. Wildest, 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 wildest dreams. Nothing but the best for you and me. Wildest, 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 wildest dreams. Yeah. Starlight, twilight sky in my dreams. Every night, stars illuminate our way. There's no end for us inside. Green grass, starry sky, reflection of the moon here. I'm in love with the view. It's to the beginning of afterlife. Wildest, 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 wildest dreams. Nothing but the best for you and me. Wildest, 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 wildest dreams. Nothing but the best for you and me. Wildest, 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 wildest dreams. Nothing but the best for you and me. Wildest, 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 wildest dreams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Very rough cut, but we did it.
Yeah,
Nice.
we wanted to write this song in honor of the star of Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman.
I love it. Yeah, I love that inspiration as well. That's sick. Okay, awesome. Sorry, I'm just like jumping straight in with the feedback before it leaves my brain. Also, you'll like over the next couple of days, you'll get to know this about me. This is like the best thing ever in the world to me. Like just hearing people make music and getting to like work on it together, and so I get really excited. And I'm like, let's do this. Let's change it. Okay, so what I would do with this song, again, subjective. If you're like, she's wrong, that's for you. That's cool. Your second verse, cut it in half. Once we have that wildest, wildest, and we're like, yeah, I've got that bit. That's the bit that we really want to hear again. So we come into verse 2 and we're like, cool, we've got a change of energy again. This is nice. We're hearing more story. But then I was like, okay, but I want to hear the chorus again. I want to hear it again. And when our verse is too long, then the momentum of the song that we've just built up starts to kind of peak off a little bit. So I would half that verse. Your chorus, I was getting ready to say, oh, I want to hear it twice each time. And then I was like, oh, they already did it. Amazing. So yeah, really nice. What I would do at the end is you start to do this, but you don't kind of go all the way, is because now the audience know it and we all know how to sing along to the wildest, wildest. You started to lift it a little bit at the end and do the wildest, wildest, which is really nice. I would challenge yourselves to push that even further and maybe take the whole thing up a step and do like a wildest, 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 wildest dreams. So the whole thing is like really hitting you in the face with that energy and how
I can listen and watch, and they don't have to listen to me. Let me see.
Yeah. Can you guys go on mute?
So good. So those would be my 2 bits of feedback is see if you can half that second verse. And then at the end, when you're repeating, see if you can lift it even more to kind of lift the energy. Yeah. But other than that, like I think you're in a great place, great production, whoever is responsible for the production in that group. Like
Daniel,
very nice. I love it. Yeah, great work. Great songwriting.
Claire, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're thinking about at the bridge part, like adding in a rap. What do you think about that?
Would it be swapping out the bridge that's already there or putting in a rap in addition?
Kind of like adding the rap in addition to the outro, like probably cutting the outro in half.
Try it.
Like all that.
Try it and see what happens. I would be inclined to not add too many other elements for a song like this where I kind of just want to hear that catchy chorus, but definitely try it and maybe try switching maybe switching the bridge out and putting a rap in. That might be a really
we would also possibly toy with the idea of making it a duet.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And I thought we can add some sounds, like add some rain, like from last night, and then I could add the sound that I watch on Disney Channel all the time. It'll be from Kim Possible. The ringtone. It will be the ringtone, like the da 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 da. I pitched it down to match the key of the song and the tempo, and then could I do that?
Yeah, try it. Like all those things, I always think like if you've got an idea for something, like try it. If it works, then amazing. If it doesn't work, as a team, you can just be like, okay, cool. Maybe not for this song. But yeah, try it. Because you never know. With every idea, like you never know what it might lead to. You might try that and, John might be like, hey, I think we should try this sample. And then Daniel might be like, oh, like, I don't think that sample's quite right, but that's inspired me actually to
ends up working on another song so many times.
Exactly. Like, so yeah. And that's also just like a note for collaboration as well. I know collaboration is in itself is hard and it's challenging, especially when you're kind of working remotely in these kind of environments. But always be like open to each other's ideas and be like, hey, let's try it. And then if it doesn't work, then you're like, cool, we tried it didn't work, but maybe it will work, or maybe it will spark something else. So yeah, but really great work, that team, sounding good.
Yeah.
Well done. Roland, was that you
Thanks,
on vocals?
That was. They made me do it in.
Hey, yeah, I could yeah.
Well done, Roland.
I know.
I had to mix the vocals because I've been watching YouTube videos on how I can mix vocals, but
Nice.
I have to use BandLab for that.
Yeah, good job. Sounding
That's
nice.
cool. Yeah, sounds good. Sound really good, guys. Does anybody have another track? Because I thought I had a third. I swear, let's see. Did anybody send in another one? Is Zabi here?
I sent one via Messenger because I tried to email it and it said your inbox had too much traffic or was too full.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What if you?
Hi, Ian.
Hey, Zabi. I mean, if you want to try and put it in the chat, let's see if I can.
No, I did send you an email, but it's really in the early stages, and it's not really as complete as the other songs.
Get it played.
You're being
Could we-
great, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I sent it to your email address.
I checked that email address. There's nothing there, Zabi.
And could we just send you our lyrics for review since we're not quite ready yet?
Yeah, that's fine. Tomorrow we can do it.
Yeah, it would be better to wait, I think, for our group rather than go now, unless there's nothing else to review, in which case, sure.
Does anybody have? I mean, I thought we had another one. Yep. Somebody says, Sally says, can we put it on an MP4 in the chat? Yeah, you can put an MP4 on. It's still going to play it. It's just going to be an MP4. We can try it out. Sally, do you want to? You want to go ahead with that? These songs are good for 2
Yeah,
days.
amazing work, everyone.
Yeah,
I'm excited to hear tomorrow and stuff, like hear the progression.
absolutely. We got a really lots of really great comments. Sounding great. Sounds really good. Sounds dope. Potential. Yes, I'm loving it. La Marie says we really worked hard for 2 days.
I can tell it's like amazing work.
Can I just say that my group, we really did work hard, but we literally had people dropping in and out, and I like hardly any of us used BandLab, so I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And then we lost a singer because she's not well, so I jumped in and sang, and so did someone else. Margit jumped in and sang as well as songwriting, and yeah, that's why it's not quite ready yet.
That's fine.
Alright, you've got time, yeah.
Everybody work at their own pace, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just focus on yourselves, and that's it. So here we have Ashley. I'm gonna just get this track here because
I dropped it in the chat, so you can play it later.
this will be the last. Here we go. Hear that?
Crashing on me like a wave without a tide. Feeling lonely, that's how I know I'm alive. Heart beats louder every time I cry. There's no doubt in my mind, you're the reason why. Said you wanted me. You was quick to pack up and leave. I know it's tempting, but baby, don't test my memory.
All right. That's
Nice.
yeah. I like the.
Hey, love it.
Team, who is that? Who's on production? Who's on playing? Who's on vocals? Make yourselves known to me.
Hi, I'm Yasmin. I am on the and my boyfriend is the producer on this, and we have Ashley and Marilee who have also done some production.
Sick. Yasmin, did you say you're the singer on it?
Yeah.
So fire. Yeah. Team, that is yeah. I'm like, what's even my feedback? I'm like, can I hear it again?
Still more to write, but that's just a little demo.
Song, Ashley.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear where you go with that. Yeah, in terms of the structure of what we just heard, what were the two elements we just heard there? Was that chorus and verse, or verse and pre, or what? In your mind, what was that so far?
I think it's verse and pre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's what I was thinking as well. So yeah, as we're coming into your chorus, as you guys continue to work on it, just kind of give us a bit of lift. A good place to start with that is often to be like, okay, cool. Oh, sorry, did someone say something? No, okay. I'll carry on talking. Is kind of start by giving yourself like a little melody lift. So like quite literally kind of give yourself somewhere higher from where you just were. Often if the chorus is like the highest point of the song, that's like a good rule to go by in terms of its catchiness and in terms of giving the song the ebb and flow that you want it to have. I feel like as a writing team, you probably already have like an idea of where you want to go with this because that's such a strong start. So yeah, I'm excited to hear more from this team. Well done, everyone. Really great work.
Yeah. Thank you.
Excellent work, guys. Claire, can you do one more? How you doing? You just let me know.
It depends how long it is. If it's the length that one was, then awesome. If it's like a 3-4 minute one, possibly not.
Okay, Zabi?
Ours is 2 minutes.
It's 2. No, Zabi, I can't hear you.
Yeah, Lindsay's right. It's about 2 minutes. Zabi and Lindsay.
Or 1.5, yeah.
The same. Yeah.
1.5 or 2, Claire. We can do it tomorrow. If you're,
If we can do it tomorrow, that'd be amazing. Just I don't want to rush anyone. I don't want to rush your feedback and rush through your songs. Like I really want to give everyone equal time and attention and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
think that'd be good. And it gives you more chance as well to work on it. So
yeah, you get bonus time.
All right, Claire, thank you so much. This is only the first day, guys. We got 2 more days with Claire, so no problems. We have a lot of time. All right.
Yeah, lots of time. Thank you guys so much for having me and sharing your work and everything. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, same time.
Thanks for your time, Claire.
All right, no worries.
Thank you.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Claire.